Oh, no.
All right. There he is.
Yes, and so I also do large-scale type mosaic stuff with glass and ceramic tile. And right now I'm making the Welcome Downtown sign, which is going to go on Fifth Avenue near the Birmingham Bridge. And that's in the process. It's going to be a big tree, and that'll be a freestanding thing that'll be like 20-some feet up in the air. So it has penguins and turtles and armadillos and leaves and all kinds of stuff.
So it's on something?
Yeah, it's made on concrete board panels that are all fit together, but then they'll all pull apart, and then there'll be a big metal armature frame made that'll be behind it, and then it'll all get attached to that.
Very cool. When you do something like that, when you start it, do you envision the whole mosaic in your mind, or like on Tuesday you're doing a penguin and then you decide you want a leaf beside of it on Thursday?
For something like that, I draw out the basic idea, and then when I actually do it, I have to draw it out fairly accurately in scale. But then when I start to put the mosaics down, I improvise a lot, and if I don't like something, I change it or put something else there. So it's fairly, there's the detail of the dog and the shoes of the Liberty Avenue musicians downtown.
Do you have a dog?
No, I hate dogs. I'm just kidding.
Who saw your library dog from Millville? Okay, this is.
That's a 25-foot. Now that's when Suzanne was talking about relief sculptures. This is probably an example of what would be very high relief, where it's flat against the wall, but it's like if you cut a person in half. So it comes out quite a bit. That's on Forbes Avenue, near the Armstrong Tunnels on the Duquesne University building. And it was made like in collaboration with the uptown community, so I tried to throw in live music. And there's Mr. Ribs on Forbes Avenue, so I put a guy cooking on a garbage can there, like Mr. Ribs does, those cut in half garbage cans.
Is that made out of concrete?
Yeah, that's all concrete that was made in my studio.
And then do you paint over the concrete?
Yeah, it was made in clay and then cast in concrete, and then I painted with it's not paint though, it's kind of this mix of concrete sealers and tints to try to give it more of like a ceramic glaze than a paint.
Beautiful colors. So these columns are part of the sculpture, right?
Yeah, it just was a way to have it something nice, but keep it a little bit off the ground before the stuff starts.
You had students working with you on this one?
Yeah, most of the mosaic stuff, at some point I bring in kids from the community to help, and it's partly it helps them understand how public art can really add something nice to a community, and they learn how to do the art project that's a public art project. So and this is in Braddock, and this was in collaboration with AmeriCorps. They have a Braddock Youth Project, where they've been really, really successful at helping a lot of high school kids just improve their quality of life through after-school programs, and this was part of getting them involved in making the welcome sign. The dog there was very controversial. You would never think a little dog would be so controversial. Why was it? Anything in the public art world could be controversial. Why was the dog controversial? And people go, what's that dog there for? And it represents gangs and like gangs.
Oh, come on.
How come you didn't put the baseball teams, lion, and all that stuff? They got hundreds of calls asking about it.
Love the dog.
Mostly just asking what it was for.
Is that in Ohio?
That's in Cleveland. That's in the Buckeye neighborhood of Cleveland, and the Buckeye neighborhood of Cleveland is very similar to the Hill District. It's mostly an African American community. In that area, there was a really ugly parking lot, and they have a great 3-day jazz festival there. So they wanted to fix up that area and also have something that would make sense for the community and the jazz festival. So they like that. That was a competition in which I won, and then they liked the idea of like a trumpet player. That's another mosaic. That was something I did with the Braddock High School Kids for American Eagle. It's in their corporate headquarters, which is in the South Side. And they gave us a bunch of they gave me a bunch of blue jean pants. In fact, I think these are some of them are my size.
And this is where Braddock took?
That's another Braddock project. That was just a funky abandoned lot, and that was in collaboration with Allegheny County and many people that wanted to turn that lot into something nice. So I designed the park and the greens and the kind of the aquatic pond, mosaic pond.
Oh, without water.
No, the idea was to make something that needed no maintenance at all, because it's hard to take care of anything in these small towns. So,
Right.
so everything there kind of goes on its own, doesn't need any taken care of. And that's the memorial for the police officers in Bloomfield. It has the portraits. It's kind of a combination of 3 different, the sculpture, and then it has a mosaic podium with portraits of the officers on the podium, and then the actual. I blew up a badge, police badge, and then that was laser etched with the date that they died, and the police badge details and stuff like that on stainless steel.
Ellen is a violin player.
That's Paganini. Does anybody know who Nicholas Paganini is?
Absolutely.
He's my hero. I love Paganini. So I did a portrait of Paganini.
Oh, I'm sorry. I need to look at the rest. Are they coming out of the drain or going into the drain?
I can't tell you that.
That was my question.
There's a rat.
Oh, and who was the accordion player?
Both Paganini and the accordion player, those are clay, by the way. So that shows you my work. That's a 9-foot clay piece.
Thank you.
And that's clay too, and they were. That's when I was doing a lot of colors and glazing them in clay. But they're not so good for outside. That's the problem with that type of work.
And that's 9 foot?
No, the Paganini's not. That's
Who's this?
that's Big Frog. That's another trumpet man in clay of a detail.
And